Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Saira Mujtaba with the news at 9. The headlines. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman hails new GST regime, says it will boost consumption and not impact capital expenditure. Union Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chouhan assures full support from centre to flood-hit Punjab, says detailed report of losses to be submitted to Prime Minister. Prime Minister of Mauritius Navinchandra Ramgoolam to visit India from the 9th to 16th of this month. Russian President Vladimir Putin says any Western troops deployed to Ukraine will be legitimate targets for Moscow to attack. And in the US Open tennis, Amanda Anisimova sets up women's singles final with defending champion Aryna Sabalenka. And now the news in detail. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that the new GST regime will improve consumption by citizens and it will not impact capital expenditure. In an interview to a private news channel, Ms. Sitharaman said 99% of all goods and services are now either in the 0, 5 or 18% bracket.
100%, because there's more money given already through the income tax cut. The rates are coming down. So the citizen now has a choice to meet his aspirations and his expectations. He cannot say, look, I have the money because the income tax is reduced, but these items are beyond my affordability. Now everything has come down. I'll give you this number which is important. 99% of all the goods and services which are touched by GST are now either in 0 or in 5 or in 18. There's nothing beyond.
Ms. Sitharaman said it was the first time that both the issues of compensation cess and a comprehensive proposal on GST have been taken up by the centre. The minister said petroleum and alcohol products will be outside of GST. The minister informed the government is working on measures to support exporters who are impacted by the 50% US tariffs.
We will come out with something to handhold those who are hit by the 50% tariff from the US. This has been said earlier. I've met up with the delegations when I went to Chennai in recent past few days. There is a package which consists of very many different ways in which we want to help them. So we'll wait for the cabinet to clear it. But there is something coming to help them so that this tirade of the tariff is something which they can face. And also suddenly having to look for newer markets is also a challenge. But we'll have to help them out.
On this Independence Day at the ramparts of Red Fort, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the next generation of GST reforms by Diwali. The Prime Minister's vision of creating a more efficient and citizen-friendly economy was realized as the GST Council on 3rd September approved rates rationalization with a focus on the common man. The Council has simplified the indirect tax system into a two-tier structure of 5% and 18%, from a four-tier structure of 5, 12, 18 and 28%. The new tax regime will come into effect from the 22nd of this month. Today we'll take a look at the reforms undertaken for the daily essential sector.
The GST reforms will bring direct savings to households by reducing taxes on everyday essentials and packaged foods. GST on hygiene products like hair oil, soap, shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush and shaving cream have been reduced from 18% to just 5%. Items like ultra-high temperature milk, paneer, chena and all varieties of Indian breads including roti and paratha will be exempt from this. Popular food items such as namkeen, bhujia, sauces, pasta, noodles, chocolates, coffee, cornflakes, butter and ghee have also been brought down to the 5% category. Union Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution Prahlad Joshi said that a big relief has been provided for the poor and middle class by simplifying GST.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने 2 टायर किया है, सिर्फ 2 लेवल पर जीएसटी का लागू करने का निर्णय किया है. एक है 5, एक और 18. मोर इम्पोर्टेंट इज ऑलमोस्ट ऑल फूड प्रोडक्ट्स जो हम देखते हैं एज ए कंज्यूमर अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर एंड ए फूड मिनिस्टर ऑलमोस्ट ऑल फूड आइटम्स आइदर वो 0 हो गया है नहीं तो 5%.
Consumers from different walks of life have also welcomed the reforms and told Akashvani News that they are eagerly anticipating its implementation.
मेरा नाम सपना गुप्ता है. मैं बनारस की रहने वाली हूँ. जो बदलाव किया है उससे हम सभी के जीवन पर भी ये बहुत बड़ा असर पड़ेगा. जो खाद्य पदार्थ हुआ, चाहे वो मशीनरी चीजें हुए, चाहे हमारी जरूरत की सभी चीजों को, पहले तो ये कि हर इंसान ये महंगाई से बहुत ज्यादा परेशान था, जो कि मतलब हर किसी के लिए, मध्यम वर्गीय के लिए बहुत ज्यादा ही परेशान वाली बात थी. अब जो कि कम कर दिए हैं तो लोगों को थोड़ा सा राहत अनुभव होगा.
हम सौरभ गुप्ता बोल रहे हैं उत्तर प्रदेश से, वाराणसी से. जीएसटी में सबसे अच्छा सरकार का हमको लगा जो ये बीमा और ये कंपनियों का जो जीएसटी कम किया है, फ्री जीएसटी फ्री कर दिया है. लोग अपने जीवन को सुरक्षित कर सकेंगे, प्रीमियम वगैरह दूसरे का ले सकेंगे, रिस्क कवर, लाइफ कवर, टर्म प्लान, ये सब लेने में लोगों को आसानी होगा.
With Aman Yadav, Adarsh for Akashvani News, Delhi.
The Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs (CBIC) chairperson Sanjay Kumar Agarwal has termed the next generation GST reforms as bold and comprehensive. In an interview with Akashvani News, he said that the interest of the common man was the foremost priority of the government. He added that the GST rate on essential commodities have been kept at a merit rate of 5%.
Because it is a very bold reform and it is very comprehensive also. Right. So the interest of common man is the foremost priority in doing this exercise, and it has been kept in mind that the items of daily necessities of common man are kept at merit rate. For that, a study was made how a common man spent his budget on his monthly buying. So once that study has been done, so the items on which common man spends his money, so those items have been kept at merit rate of 5%. So what Prime Minister has said in his speeches is actually the cornerstone or touchstone for determining the rates at which the commodity should be charged.
Tune in to 100.1 Akashvani FM Gold at 9:30 p.m. tonight to listen to this exclusive interview. Union Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chouhan today said that he will submit a detailed report of the losses due to floods in Punjab to the Prime Minister. In a social media post, he said the crisis is immense, but the central government will leave no stone unturned to take Punjab out of it. Mr. Chouhan, who was on a day-long visit to flood-ravaged Punjab yesterday, stressed on short, medium and long-term plans for the reconstruction of the flood-affected areas. He assured full support from the centre to the state. Mr. Chouhan visited many villages of Amritsar, Gurdaspur and Kapurthala to take stock of the flood situation. Punjab Governor Gulab Chand Kataria has flagged off 9 trucks of relief material for flood-affected districts. We have a report.
As alerts are still being issued in various districts of the state due to the deluge in which over 1900 villages across the state have been affected and thousands of families have been displaced, but the evolving flood situation has failed to dampen the never-say-die spirit of Punjab citizens. Despite facing hard times, they are unitedly supporting each other both emotionally and mentally. Although relief and rescue operations by expert teams of Indian Army, BSF, NDRF are continuing round the clock, villagers themselves are driving the stranded out of the water in coordination with government agencies and NGOs. Community kitchens are also being organized. Meanwhile, Punjab Governor Gulab Chand Kataria has flagged off 9 trucks of relief material for flood-affected people. Rajesh Bali, Akashvani News, Jalandhar.
All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, Delhi, has deployed a team of doctors and nurses to extend medical relief and humanitarian support to the flood-affected areas of Punjab and northern India. The team will comprise 11 doctors and 11 nurses specializing in medicine, psychiatry, pediatrics, surgery, gynecology and radiodiagnosis and various other departments. Talking exclusively to Akashvani News, Dr. Amrinder Singh, Assistant Professor in the Department of Radiodiagnosis at AIIMS Delhi, said that the team will provide immediate assistance to the affected people.
We are a total of 22 doctors comprising of 11 doctors and 11 nursing staff, and the doctors comprise of from medicine, and even we are going to provide services for post-traumatic stress disorder patients who need psychiatric services. Even we have got doctors and nursing staff for the pediatric patients, and similarly we have got psychiatry and gynecology also.
In Himachal Pradesh, the weather remained generally clear today, bringing some relief to the people after several days of heavy rainfall. The improvement in weather has also accelerated disaster relief operations in the state.
Relief and rescue operations are continuing on a war footing in the disaster-affected areas of the state. 524 pilgrims of Mani Mahesh Yatra, who were stranded in Bharmor, were airlifted today to Chamba by two Chinook helicopters of the Indian Air Force and sent to their destination by State Transport Corporation buses. Additionally, 3 dead bodies were also brought to Chamba. According to information received from the district administration, nearly 8,000 pilgrims stranded during the Mani Mahesh Yatra were provided free transport facilities by the government. Meanwhile, due to the natural calamity, 4 national highways and more than 1,000 other roads still remain blocked for traffic. Prabha Sharma, Akashvani News, Shimla.
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download the News on AIR app. Welcome back. You're listening to News at 9. Prime Minister of Mauritius, Navinchandra Ramgoolam, will undertake a state visit to India from the 9th to 16th of this month. Spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs, Randhir Jaiswal, said this will be the first overseas bilateral visit of Mr. Ramgoolam to India in his current term. Responding to a media query on US President Donald Trump's latest post on Truth Social, Mr. Jaiswal said MEA has no comments to offer on it. On a query on Quad Summit, he said, Quad is a valuable forum for discussion on shared interests in a number of areas, and the Leaders' Summit is scheduled through diplomatic consultations among the 4 partners.
जहां तक टैरिफ का सवाल हो या भारत अमेरिकी रिश्ते का सवाल हो, इन दोनों मुद्दे पे हम लोगों ने स्टेटमेंट जारी किया है और मैं चाहूंगा कि आप उस स्टेटमेंट को देखें। टैरिफ के मुद्दे पर हम लोगों ने स्टेटमेंट जारी किया है, एक नहीं है, एक से ज्यादा किया है। और जहां तक रिश्तों की बात है, उसके बारे में अभी मैंने खुलासा किया कि किस प्रकार से हम भारत और अमेरिका के रिश्ते को देखते हैं कि एक साझेदारी, एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव पार्टनरशिप है, स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप है और इसमें जो सब्सटेंटिव एजेंडा है उसके साथ हम आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं, इस बेसिस पे कि दोनों देशों के हितों को रखा जाए और साथ में आपसी दोनों में म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट हो।
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today called on Prime Minister of Bhutan, Shering Tobgay, in New Delhi this evening. In a social media post, Dr. Jaishankar said, the unique and time-tested partnership between India and Bhutan continues to move from strength to strength. He thanked Prime Minister of Bhutan for his leadership and guidance. Russian President Vladimir Putin today said that any Western troops deployed to Ukraine will be legitimate targets for Moscow to attack. Mr. Putin was speaking at an economic forum in Vladivostok a day after French President Emmanuel Macron said 26 countries had pledged to provide post-war security guarantees to Ukraine, including an international force on land, sea and in the air. Milad-un-Nabi, the birthday of Prophet Hazrat Muhammad, was celebrated with religious fervour and due reverence in various parts of the country today. Milad Mehfils and Sirat conferences were held where ulema or religious scholars highlighted the life and teachings of Hazrat Muhammad. This year, the day holds immense historical significance as it marks the 1500th birth anniversary of Prophet Muhammad according to the Hijri calendar. On to sports now. In the US Open tennis, Anisimova has set up women's singles final with defending champion Aryna Sabalenka by beating Naomi Osaka. America's Anisimova defeated Naomi in the second semi-final clash this morning. In the men's singles semi-finals, Italian world number 1 and defending champion Yannick Sinner will face Canada's Felix Auger, while Djokovic will clash with Spain's Carlos Alcaraz. And in Men's Asia Cup Hockey Championship, the Indian team will face China tomorrow in the Super 4 stage match. This match will be played at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow at the Rajgir International Stadium. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman hails new GST regime, says it will boost consumption and not impact capital expenditure. Union Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chouhan assures full support from centre to flooded Punjab, says detailed report of losses to be submitted to Prime Minister. Prime Minister of Mauritius to visit India from 9th to 16th of this month. Russian President Putin says any Western troops deployed to Ukraine will be legitimate targets for Moscow to attack. And in US Open tennis, Amanda Anisimova sets up women's singles final with defending champion Aryna Sabalenka. That's all in the news at 9. Good night.